Mal, can you hear me? I can't hear you. Interesting.
Hit
Towers
the
on.
microphone.
There we go. We got people hopping on. Hopping on. Where is everybody today? There's not too many of you. Hi, guys. I know. There we go.
It must be daylight savings.
I thought I was going to be the only one on the call today. I thought I was going to have to talk to Ed all by myself. That would have been fun.
No.
All right. Can everybody hear me? Well, Tara, I can't see you, so I don't know if you hear me, but I see everybody else hears me. What's up, people? I think we're going to have a small call today. And I also want to tell you guys, and I can wait a little bit to tell you, but in 2 weeks, which will be March 22nd, there probably won't be a call because I will be in Puerto Rico for like a super fast weekend, but not in like a good area. So the Wi-Fi is probably going to be really crappy. And instead of having to deal with going in and out of the Zoom call, I'm probably just going to cancel it because like I don't want to have technical difficulties for you guys. So just telling you now, but I'll post it in the room and then I'll remind you guys too as the date approaches that we won't have a call on the 22nd. So that's pretty much it for announcements for now. I was hoping that we can get some other new people. Elise is probably trying to figure out how to get on the call. But all right, so hi guys. I hope you enjoyed some of the beautiful weather that was out there today. And so since it's really just a few of us, I'd kind of like to hear from you guys. I'd like a little more, hi Kenya, a little more like accountability kind of, and I want to make sure that you guys are sticking to the plan. I don't want to just assume that everyone's doing what they're supposed to do, and then, you know, I find out in like a week or two that like either you're struggling or something's going on or something else. So I'm actually, Ash, if you don't mind, I'm going to start with you and just seeing how you're doing. How are you doing with following the macros, getting your protein in, everything else? Talk to me.
Yeah. No, it's been, I think I finally have the hang of it. Did all of my meal prep today and really finding it easier now that I sort of know what I'm doing for the most part. Find it easier to get all the protein and stay within the carbs, and fat is just coming naturally, and I'm also like not going above it. So yeah. And I found it really helpful to every day just log, like the night before I would log what I was going to eat in MyFitnessPal the night before.
Okay.
So I found like that helped me. Yeah.
Good. Okay. Good. I like that. I mean, sometimes, and Maddie will tell it too, you know, it's just kind of like figuring things out, right? Like sometimes it's moving things around.
Sorry.
I'm going to kick you out. Or like even just figuring out to log the food the next day, or hold on. So yeah, it's just figuring things out, right? It's like in the beginning, sometimes these things are new and, you know, we want to follow exactly, but sometimes like life happens or whatever the case may be. So, you know, even logging during the day might be an issue for some people. So if you know that you're going to stick to your meal plan and you have everything prepped out, and it's like, hey, this will save me like some time the next day, so I'll log it tonight. Perfect. As long as you're logging and then eating exactly what you're logging, then that's great. So good. I'm so glad that you've kind of like found your groove, because like it was like a little bumpy there, but that's okay.
I just like, yeah, I don't know why like I was having such a difficult time in the beginning, and then it like finally clicked. I was like, oh.
I'll be honest with you, I feel like I feel like once we did the grocery tour, right, and like we
Yep.
kind of talked a little bit more, I feel like that's when you were like, "Oh, I got
Yeah.
this." So
Yep.
that's good. Awesome.
Yeah.
And you feel good?
Yeah, I do. I haven't weighed myself since the
That's okay.
first week because I didn't want to get discouraged because like I am eating more, so I didn't want to be like, oh, I'm gaining weight, So I'm gonna weigh myself this Friday. So
Okay, that's good.
yeah.
Listen, I am not necessarily like an advocate for the scale all the time, right? Because like I tell you guys repeatedly, the scale doesn't tell you the whole story, right? So
Yeah.
we should really focus on taking pictures and taking measurements and um, going by how our clothes feel and things like that because you don't know if you're gaining muscle. Like
Yeah.
sometimes here it is, guys. In one single day, okay, you can fluctuate 3 to 5 pounds, and that is dependent on so many different things. It can have to do with stress levels, water intake, salt intake, sleep, lack of sleep. So there's so many things. So that's why people like, oh, sometimes I get on the scale every day because I feel like it holds me accountable. Like for me personally, I think it's kind of like messes with your head a little bit, right?
Yeah.
It's like if you see you go up 1 pound, you're like, oh my God, what did I do wrong? Like we automatically assume it's something wrong, but that doesn't mean you've done anything wrong. So good. I'm actually
Yeah.
glad you
That's why I haven't been. And but my like jeans that I wear all the time, they're like loose fitting, and now I have like a size down just from like before I gained weight, and I can fit into them again.
That's great. Good. See, there you go. That's perfect.
Yeah.
Excellent. Good. I'm so proud of you, Ash. Congratulations.
Thanks.
Awesome. That's good. I love it. All right. Thank you for sharing. All right. I'm going to take it over to, I want to check in with Mallory first. How you doing, girl?
Hi.
Hi.
Okay, I'm good. Yeah, I had an interesting week, as you know. I was at the gym. I was doing really good, and I did really good with eating all week, but I did I think I do have kidney stones right now. And I get them all the time. I told you that, and I think came back Wednesday. So I kind of took it a little bit more easy and I didn't go to the gym Thursday. I did go Saturday. I felt okay because like it was more boxing and it wasn't like box jumps and
Yeah.
during the sprawls it kind of hurt a little bit, but I know to just kind of work around and change up my routine a little bit. So I think I only went to the gym 3 times this week. So that was kind of like a bummer, but I tried telling myself, like I didn't want to make it worse because what would happen next is I'd go to the ER.
Right.
So I tried to just listen to my body and I ate really healthy. Like I didn't, do any cheat meals or anything. And it was drinking more water hurts and moves it around. So eating and drinking as much as I was supposed to definitely was a challenge there. So I looked, I was not eating and drinking as much like as I should have a day, but it's because it was more painful. So, but at least I didn't eat anything bad. Like if I was eating, it was all my clean eating things. So I kept it at that. And I figure I'm going to the doctor tomorrow. So we'll see what he says with all of that. But I know like it was a letdown that I didn't get to the gym as much, but I was really scared since I had like that pain for like 3 hours straight. And I just tried to listen to my body and not do it. As far as like everything else, I do feel like so full all the time still. I'm like, this is 2 weeks. 2 weeks. I don't know why I'm still so full. And I'm going to the bathroom like every half hour.
It's okay.
I tell them at work I'm not pregnant. Like, I'm really not pregnant. I don't have a boyfriend, so that's not happening. And, I'm like, I'm just drinking a lot. I don't know.
What do since we kind of changed your plan a little bit, like have you been incorporating a little bit more like plant-based only one?
And stuff. Yeah, I tried cutting down. It's hard because I'm not a huge fruit eater. Like I don't know why I don't love a lot of fruits. Sometimes my tongue like gets tingly with strawberries and pineapple, and I like them. I don't know if that's secretly like an allergic reaction. I don't know if that happens to anyone.
Acidity and
Like
citrus stuff, maybe.
yeah, I don't know, but and then I feel bloated, and I don't know if it's from the carbs because it's so much higher. I don't really know. I don't know what's going on with my body, but I figured I'll know more after Monday, and I really talked to him more about finding out what's going on with the stones and everything.
Okay.
But
So just
yeah,
keep me posted,
I
and
will.
and we'll work around whatever. So let me know tomorrow what happens, and just give me a call. Text me first, and then we can get on a call and we can talk
Yeah.
about stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we'll just leave everything for right now. But
For
also,
right
don't
now.
want you to feel bad about missing the gym, right? Because I've said before that as long as we keep our nutrition on point, like the exercise is like the cherry on top, right?
Right.
So as long
Right.
as you eat well, you didn't eat any of the bad stuff, like that's a win. So don't like those things we have to get out of our head about, is like, oh, I only made it 30 times. No, fantastic. You made it 3 times. You have a health issue going on. You want to make sure that, you're not in pain and then you could still go to
Yeah.
work and stuff like that. So it's okay. Like
Yeah.
you're doing
It's
the
hard.
best.
Like, I saw Rachel at the gym. She has a boot on. And I'm like, this girl rocks. Like, are you kidding? And there was something, and she was on the bike, just going at it on the bike with her boot on. And I'm there trying to do box jumps. I'm like, this chick is amazing. And then I'm over here with like dying with my kidney.
But you have a sharp pain in your kidney. Like it's a little bit different. Like don't worry, it's okay. It's okay. But
but yeah.
we're gonna work it out. Don't worry about it. But so yeah, text me tomorrow and let me know what's going on, okay?
I will.
All right, sounds good. Thanks, Mel. All right, we're gonna take it over to Miss Lee.
Hi.
Hi. Did you do the little
You're
task that I
freezing.
made you do the other day? I'm freezing, and you're freezing too a little bit, Lee. Did you do your tasks that I asked you to do the other day? Good.
Yes, I didn't do it on a mirror, but I did do it on a chalkboard that I see daily.
Fantastic.
It's in my kids' playroom, so it's there. I'm always in and out of there. So I did do that.
Good.
My husband's like, "What are you doing?" I was like, "Don't ask." I'm like, "I'm just really hard on myself, and I have to do this for me."
That's good. That's a good answer. Like sometimes, the men just don't understand. So that's good. That was a good answer.
Yeah.
How do you feel? You feel like it's like helping a little bit so far?
It's just trying to convince myself of those words that I posted up there, It's
That's
always been
why-
a struggle.
that-
I just have
That's why I like it in the mirror, because as you're saying those things to yourself and you're saying it in a mirror, you're looking at yourself, right? So when you read it off a chalkboard, that's one thing. That's like I could read something in a book and I have to kind of let that sink in. But the reason why you do it on a mirror is because you have to actually look at yourself in the mirror as you say those things. It's you start believing them a little bit more when you're actually looking at yourself. So see if you can find a mirror and do that for yourself. But I'm glad that you did it. Other than that, how are you feeling? I know you said you still felt a little stuck, like you weren't getting enough protein.
Yeah, and I wanted to ask you. I'll send it in a text though, because I know I had like exchanged some foods in the app, and I was just trying to write everything down in my own log. And after I did the exchange, it's still in there for the next weeks to come. So I wanted to see if there was a way to like reset that back to the original stuff that was in there.
Okay.
So I could just go back there instead of doing my own food and lists, because now I'm confusing the shit out of myself. I'll be honest.
It might not let you like revert back, but maybe we can just work on it together, and then we can make it what you want. It's just probably portion sizes, I think, that you have to work on. That's really
I've been trying to like really stick to the portion sizes, even with my own foods. I'm trying to do comparable stuff. But then like when I get to something like like the other day, yesterday, actually, I haven't eaten it yet, but a turkey chili, there's really nothing in it. It's the turkey and some peppers and some salsa. It's really plain.
Yeah.
But
I know that's a little bit harder, right? Because you can't exactly like measure out,
yeah.
What we can try and do, and since you brought that up, because Dawn, who's not on today, and then Kelly too. So in the Fit Pro app, you guys can actually go more on the, I'm sorry, not the app, on the website. You can go on, and then like a few things down from the Plan My Meals, it says recipes. But then when you click on recipes, it says recipes and then custom recipes. So it actually allows you guys to put in your own custom recipes. So it's just a matter of like, it gives you the template, you go to add new food. Then you just literally add in the amount and every single ingredient that you use in your recipe. And then once you're done doing that, there's a little button up on the top that says view something. And then, so also you could do portion size, right? So let's say you make an entire pot. So if you get the recipe from somewhere and you make an entire pot, usually tell you what the serving size is, like, 1 cup, a cup and a half, whatever. So you put that in too. And then when you go to view, I forgot what it says, view something, it literally will tell you what all the macros are for that particular serving size. So maybe you could do that. That might actually help you to know how much to eat to get close to the protein that you need for the chili. And if not, maybe you can just supplement a little bit, like have a cup or a cup and a half of the chili. And then if you still feel like it's not enough, maybe like have something else with it on the side too.
Okay.
All right. So we'll work on that this week though. Let's, I'll text you. Let's try to get on a call tomorrow and we'll work on that.
Okay.
Okay.
I do have to say one thing though. There's a coworker that brings us coffee every Friday, and he brought in a muffin for me, and I was like, "Oh, thanks." Even though I've told him I don't want it since I started this whole journey, but he still did it anyway. So I decided to just bring it home in the bag and give it to my husband instead of eating it myself. So
wow, that's awesome. Good for you. That's willpower, girl. I mean, it's kind of, people are funny, like they know you're on a journey to like improve yourself. And sometimes I feel like that's like a secret, like sabotage.
Yeah.
Like, what is that about? I'd be like, you know what? Maybe you need another muffin, dude. Like, that's like, I would have gave it right back to him. But like, you know what? I think you need another muffin. I'm good, thanks.
It's just a muffin. It's not
a muffin. You know how many carbs and sugars in a muffin?
Seriously, that would put me into like total sugar overload.
No, oh my God. No, you know what? Next time you give that back to him and you'd be like, no, I'm good, thanks. Seriously. No, because
it's funny because there's like a few that are doing it. There's another woman in my office that does the same thing, and it's just like, I really don't want your chips, I don't want your chocolate, like, and then my boss is like, yeah, she's like doing this whole, she calls it this diet, like, and she's like, oh, I'm so sorry. I'm like, you're not sorry, you know what you were doing, you're just trying to get me to get on your bandwagon instead of having my own.
And let me ask you a question. These people, I'm sure they're not the epitome of health.
No.
Yeah, exactly. People sometimes, people can be amazing and people are super, super nice. And they can be like, oh my God, what you're doing is great. But what happens is deep down inside, it's like they can't make that commitment to themselves. So it's like it's like an unconscious thing that they're trying to do because they don't want to see you be better. They want to see you on the same level as them. So that's why they're like, oh, do you want this? Or, oh, I'm just going to bring you a muffin. Oh, it's fine. Just eat it. Like that, people do that too. They're like, no, it's fine. You can just have one. It's fine. And it's sad, but this is what people do because they don't want to take that step for themselves. So like I said, next time they bring stuff, if that guy brings you a muffin in, don't even take it. That'll be a real to the guy, and then he'll stop bringing you muffins. Be like, no, you eat it. It's okay. I'm good. Because you accepting it and bringing it home to your husband, he's going to think it's okay. And he's going to try and give it to you again.
I was just trying to be nice, but I totally see your point.
Yeah. Like, just be like, no, I'm, you know what? No, I'm really good. Thank you so much though. He'll get the picture. Trust me.
Yeah, hopefully after already telling him no.
Just make him eat it in front of you. All right, girl. So we'll get on a call tomorrow and we'll work that out. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Awesome. I'm going to go over to Megan Kane. Hi.
Hi.
I want to just hear from you. What's going on? Talk to me.
Not too much. Well, I'm outside grilling chicken right now, which is a good thing. I know. I've basically been working 7 days now trying to get prepped for not working in the summer. So when I don't work in the summer, I obviously need means to survive. So I've been working on the weekends. I was sick 2 weeks ago and didn't make it to the gym. Then last week I was there just twice because I was baking and doing all that stuff. So my nutrition is good, and I actually feel the best that I felt in a while, which is good. I think that my one problem, and it happens all the time, is that I'm like so good during the week when I'm waking up at 5 a.m. and I'm basically going like, I leave the house by 6, I go to the gym at 7 p.m. so like I get home for the first time usually after 8. But because of that, like I have to plan everything, and that's good. And then the weekends come and it's like, if I wake up like 2 hours later than I normally do, I just feel like my whole schedule is off. And I either don't eat enough or I eat too much. So then I feel like I'm always playing catch up in the beginning of the week for what I did to myself over the weekend. But
All right.
from that, we're going.
Funny enough.
What's that?
So funny enough, Miss Danielle was having the same problem. Right,
Yeah.
Danielle, were you having the same problem on the weekends, right? You were like, I don't think I'm eating enough and stuff like that. So what did I tell you to do, Danielle?
You told me to try to get at least 4 meals a day, even if I'm not getting like the whole 5. You also told me like maybe to set alarms and definitely focus on getting the protein part in. If I need to do like an extra shake with some yogurt in it, I can put the yogurt in it. That seems to be helping because in the morning, like I know I didn't eat until late this morning. I ate like 10 p.m. instead of the normal time, but when I put the yogurt in there mixed with the protein, that helped me because it just, and then I'll be hungry 2 hours later and then I'll actually eat a bigger meal. I got 3 meals in today. I know I'm going to eat like one more time, which probably might just be another shake with some more protein in it, but it's easier than me really trying to get that 5 meals in. So that's what I've been doing.
Good. Perfect. See, there you go. This is why we talk about these things, because we're all going through the same things. Like, I get it. The weekends are hard. The weekends we're out of our routine that we're doing Monday through Friday. So you can do the same thing. And this goes for all of you, okay? If you feel like you're struggling on the weekends and you're not eating as much, all right, let's like try to knock it down. If you're doing 5 or 6 meals, let's just try to cut it down by 1. And what you do instead is maybe try to eat a little bit more than you normally would. So whatever your portion size is, or like I was telling Danielle, like when you make that protein shake, right? So protein shakes are easy, right? They're good because they're easily digestible. They go right into the bloodstream. You're getting at least like 25 grams of protein. But now if you do Greek yogurt and you add that Greek yogurt in, a cup of Greek yogurt is at least 18 grams. So like you're eating like a meal and a half. So that's like a good, easy way to kind of like catch up on the protein if you're not used to eating, so many times on the weekend. So that's something for you to consider, Megan. You can set some alarms, right? So after your first meal on the weekend, whenever you get up, you can set an alarm for 3 hours, right? Because it's easy on the weekends too to forget, like you forget to eat. Sometimes when you do, I'm like, oh shit, like I'm like hungry, like how many hours has it been? So, set an alarm. It's an easy reminder. And then if you're normally doing 5, try to focus on doing 4, maybe making the meals a little bit bigger. So like if you're someone that does like egg whites in the morning, and let's say you do a cup normally, like do a cup and a quarter, right? You're going to get a little bit extra protein. So you kind of smush it in a little bit into one less meal. Consider doing the shake with the Greek yogurt in it. It's delicious. It's super filling. And yeah, so just try that.
Okay.
Let's try that and see how it works for you. I think it'll help. And then just go from there. And again, don't worry about the not getting there so many days a week, right? If we keep the nutrition on point, we're still going to see a change. So that's definitely not something to like stress about. Just when you get there, you just go hard, and that's all.
Yep.
All right.
Thank you.
All right. Awesome. Perfect. All right. Kelly, we're going to take it over to you because you're new here. So I just want to hear from you. What's going on?
Hi. So I promised myself I would not bother you this week because, like, by Tuesday, I could have texted you like,
Why
no,
didn't you?
because I was like, no, like it's the first week. I gotta get my things together.
No. You text me, woman.
I did. I texted you on Friday. I did, but it would have just been to complain. So I figured. I was like, no, I gotta trust the process and work through it. So yeah, I really a learning curve this week, but I think I'm like getting it and doing better. I started actually just looking up recipes for like high protein, low fat, more so than the carbs. I thought I would struggle with the carbs, but actually I'm not even adding fat, like you said, not even doing that, but it goes so fast, so high, so quick. So
what were you prepping protein wise? Because if you focus on just lean protein, like chicken breast, we do 93.7 ground turkey, but in other supermarkets you can actually find leaner ground turkey. We do the non-fat Greek yogurt. I do egg whites without eggs. So when you focus on things like that, it'll help a little bit.
Okay. Yeah, that's kind of what I've been doing towards the tail end of the week.
Okay.
I do like 2 tablespoons of organic half and half in my coffee. So I've replaced that completely with just protein. The protein like shake. Like I do 2 scoops and then it sweetens my coffee enough that I don't even need stevia or any of the half and half at all. So that actually just eliminated all the fat from that and the calories. So that's kind of just, I've been tweaking as I go this week, but I just, like, it's just so hidden. The fat is just, it's minimal, but it's like eating so much more food, it just gets up there so quick. But that I struggled with. Other than that, I'm really full. I know that's like the number one thing. I will say though, like I'm full going to bed and I'm like, I feel like just stuffed, but I go to the gym pretty much every day. So I was even there today at a different gym. But I have so much energy. Like I have a crazy amount of energy and like my endurance is like awesome.
That's
like
fantastic.
I feel so full going to bed and I'm like, ugh, but it digests. And when I get up and I'm at the gym, I'm like, let's go. I'm yelling at people and like, come on, why are you taking a break? You don't need a break.
I was like, eat more food. You're going to feel great.
Here's some chicken. Let's go. Chop, chop.
So for any of you that might feel super, that don't feel like eating a meal late, like something I've been doing for forever. So for me, it's like, whatever. I could eat a full meal and go to bed in like half an hour and it's fine. But if any of you want to like, kind of switch around where your shake may be, like, the most important thing, right, is that after your workout, at least within a half hour, you want to get protein in. Okay, it helps to build a muscle, it helps your muscle recovery. So the shake doesn't have to necessarily be right after the gym. Do I want you to eat after the gym? 100%. But if you're feeling like you can't have food, okay, so late at night, if some of you do that, all right, switch your shake around and do that at the end of the night and see how you feel, okay? Because I'm kind of going through the same thing. I'm eating like 40 grams more of protein, and this week I've been so miserable. And now I'm used to eating a lot of food. It's what I normally do, but it's 40 grams is a lot. And like I've kind of felt like this all week, like, so I feel you. I know what you're going through. It's just like, but we have goals, right? So we want to trust the process, and it's not fun all the time, right? But we always have to remember like what we're doing this for. And trust me, like once the metabolism catches up, which I know it will, it's going to be fine. And then I promise you, when that metabolism catches up, you're going to want to actually put that meal at the end of the night, because sometimes I used to wake up in the middle of the night to have to go to the bathroom, and I'd be like, I'm hungry right now. I'm like, this isn't normal. So having that meal now at the end of the day for me is better because it holds me through the night a little bit more. But it's an option for you. So if you want to like play around with that a little bit and see how you feel instead of maybe eating like food, right? Like later at night, and see how that works for you for now.
Okay.
All right. Text me whenever you want, you maniac.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel annoying.
Stop it. This is what I'm here for. You guys listen, there are no stupid questions. It's for everyone. There's no stupid questions. Like you guys, like we all don't know things. Like when I don't know things, like I ask. When Ed knows things and doesn't know things, he still asks. So it's okay. Like it's fine. Please text me, guys, if you have questions. All right. Do not feel bad for any reason. This is what I'm here for. Okay. All right. Thanks, Cal. All right. Who else is here? Anybody else? Does anybody else want to talk to me? I'd like to hear from you guys, but I don't want to put you on. Maddie, yes. There we go, girl. There we go. What's up?
This is a rough week.
Oh, I know. Everyone's been sick. I know.
Yeah. So it started with Delaney getting sick Sunday to Monday. I was off work. Usually when I'm home, I don't do well.
Okay.
So I was nervous for Monday, but I stuck to all the food that I already prepped the day before.
Cool.
I didn't go rogue and be like, nah, I'm just having oatmeal all day. Like I would have oatmeal all day.
Same.
I didn't do it. Stayed on track, so I was really happy about that. Tuesday, everyone was feeling a little bit better, so we're like, all right, we're gonna have Chinese food for dinner. Like this is our cheat. Like that's fine. Did that. Same thing. Usually with Chinese, what do? You eat, and then you go back for more, like half hour later. Didn't do it.
Okay.
I only had the one dinner that night, so I was really happy about that.
Okay.
And then everyone got sick again.
So
then I was home with her again on Friday. Stayed on track. So super happy about that. I was able to go to the gym. So I got in 3 days, and I was like, all right, well, I'm gonna go Saturday. I'll make it 4. And then Saturday at the gym, I pulled my back.
Oh.
So I didn't really eat great over the weekend. That was a struggle. It's not that I ate bad. I just didn't eat
Enough.
really. Yeah.
Okay.
So that was kind of like the struggle, but I was really happy with the week itself.
I was gonna say, from what you're telling me, I know it was rough because like you guys didn't feel well, but I'm like, you did great. What are you talking about?
Yeah, no, I was really happy with how I did, especially on the 2 days that I stayed home.
Yeah.
I know, like, I do so much better eating, every couple hours, eating what I'm supposed to eat because I'm cheap and I don't want to go to Wawa, buy food there or walk. It's cold out. So I'll eat what I have. And if I'm at home, then I'm like, oh, well, I can make something else if I don't want it. So, like, not doing that was pretty big. I did notice Thursday I typically go to the gym, but I wasn't able to. Just because, like I said, everyone was sick. So I was home with the baby. And I noticed Thursday I forgot to have dinner. So that day I only had the 4 meals.
Okay.
And I find, like, on the days that I typically work out, maybe I miss it. Then I'm so full from all the other 4 meals that I'm like, oh, wow, what's going on? Because usually in the afternoon, I don't have to set those alarms because I have them for the day because we talked about that.
Yeah.
So that was kind of like, oh, and then the not eating thing kind of like snowballed into the weekend. But yeah, so.
You're like, I didn't have a good week. I thought you were going to be like, oh, I had this and I had that. You did fantastic, Maddie. You know what? Okay. This isn't just for you. Okay, Lee already heard this. So now we're all going to do this, okay? We have a little task for everyone, okay? So what I want every single person to do is I want you all to come up with 3 words that you feel that you least exemplify, okay? Like, for instance, like, I am, like, so if you feel like you're not confident, or if you feel like you're not vulnerable, or you feel like you're not strong, okay? I want you to pick 3 words that you least feel like you exemplify, okay? And then I want you to pick one other word. I'm bad with like nouns, pronouns, adjectives. Like, I'm sorry, grammar's not my thing, so shame on me. But anyway, so then I want you to pick one last word, okay? For example, that you feel like you want to be, like a badass, or like whatever, coach, or whatever the word is. So I want all of you to pick 3 words, okay? So I used to do this exercise in the life coaching program that we were in. And so I think, what was mine? I am a confident, vulnerable, something coach, right? Because those 3 words were like the least things that I felt like I was. Like, I didn't feel confident. I wasn't comfortable being vulnerable with people and talking about my story and stuff like that. So like, that's when I then took those words and I took a marker and I wrote it on the mirror, because I had to look at those words every day and then say out loud at least 3 times, like that whole phrase back to myself. And at the time, I thought it was the silliest thing ever. Like, Ed would go in the mirror and he'd be like, I am, and I'm like, I am blah, 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 blah. But I'll tell you what, like, that was like 2 years ago, and it had more of an impact on me than I could ever imagine, because I do feel like I live those words now. Like, I do like telling people my story, and I do feel confident. Like, trust me, 2 years ago, I wouldn't be sitting on a Zoom call talking to any of you, okay? Because I definitely wasn't confident in myself for what I thought I knew to be able to give to people. So that's for all of you. 3 words you feel like you least exemplify, plus the last word that you really want to be like, I don't care if you're like, I want to be Superwoman. I don't care. I want you to write that on your mirror, and when you, in a mirror that you look at every day, like not a mirror that's in the back of your closet, in a mirror, in your vanity, in your bathroom. I don't really care. I want you to write it down. And then when you look at that, I want you to repeat it to yourself 3 times, because this is what I feel like we all struggle with. We feel like we mess up, and right away we have this like blame game for ourselves, and like, oh, I messed up. Nobody messes up. Like, we all need to like believe in ourselves a little bit more. Not that we're messing up, that we're doing fantastic, that we're all excelling, we're doing great. So like, this is what we're all gonna do. You know what? You all are gonna write it on a mirror, and then you're gonna take a picture of it, and then you're gonna post it in the Facebook group so that I know that you all did it, okay? So here we go. I'm calling you all out. Here's your task. Do this by the end of the week, or I'm gonna call you all out, because I wanna see exactly what you are. And if you don't feel like comfortable enough putting it on the Facebook page, you send it to me in a text, because like, I wanna know what all of you, like, I want you to have these words that you're just gonna live by every day. So that's your task. So thank you for putting me on a rant, Maddie. I appreciate you. All right. So this is what we're all gonna do. All right. Like I said, post it wherever you write write it on your mirror. I want you to post it on the group. If you don't feel like doing that, send it to me. Okay. So that's the task for this week for all of you. I think we all need a little bit more of that, like, self-love for ourselves. So anyway, so Maddie, you didn't mess up. You did phenomenal. All right. You didn't feel well. You threw your back out. Guess what? Mallory, like, she was in pain too, and she didn't go to the gym. And sometimes we don't eat because, like, these are actually the effects of pain, right? Sometimes when we're in pain, we don't have an appetite and we don't want to eat. It's okay.
I literally just like laid on the couch.
It's okay. It's okay, girl. You're going to feel better. Your back's going to feel great. This week's going to be amazing. You're going to eat all your meals. I am not worried about it for you, girl. It's going to be fantastic. Okay? Awesome.
All of them. All the meals.
All the meals. All right. Awesome. Thanks, Maddie. All right, Dawn. Hi, Dawn. You made it.
I did.
Hi. Do you want to share? Do you want to tell us how you're feeling? Do you need help with anything?
I had a good week. The end of my week, well, really yesterday, Friday night and yesterday, not so much. But that was, I know it was just, so I worked a lot of shifts, and I had my meals, not really for yesterday, but for Friday. But then at work, I was just like tired. I didn't get enough sleep, and And then when I don't sleep, then I'm grabbing things that I, so, so yesterday was kind of like not so good, but then today was better.
Okay.
So I feel like that was okay.
That's okay.
Mhm.
Good. All right.
Instead of, like just continuing, which is like normally what would happen, like you have a bad day and then it's like,
Move on.
okay.
Good.
Mhm.
That's it. All right. Otherwise, you're doing good.
So I wanted to ask you, I was thinking, I don't know if it's better or not, but so I have girls weekend coming up, not this coming week, but the following week. So I know I'm going to be drinking. And so I've decided I'm going to try and focus on my eating and keep my meals or my nutrition like under as much as I can while I'm there. And so I was thinking that maybe next week, because that would be 4 weeks complete. I know we have like an InBody in the 6th week, right?
Mm-hmm.
Halfway through. But I think I was going to do an extra one next week because I feel like I've gotten on the scale, I'm not on the scale every day, but I feel like I do feel difference, but like I know what we said about the scale, but still, you can't help it. You look at it.
I know.
And so I feel like if I see the InBody and I see that there's like, that will help me while I'm away. I don't know, maybe.
I mean, I don't think that's a bad idea. I mean, I think if you get on the InBody and you see a difference, I actually feel like that will maybe help you make some better choices while you're away.
That's what I feel like.
Yeah. So, speaking of which, so Kelly, do you want to tell like of your experience going out Friday night? Like, how did you do? Since obviously Dawn's gonna have a girls' weekend, so like, how did you do when you went out Friday night?
So, I looked at the menu before I went and had a plan of what I was going to get, and then I got there and it was actually like a preset. I had no choice. So I, you know what? I skipped like my second snack and lunch.
Okay.
So I had like a lot of open, and even the choice of dinner, it was chicken parm, chicken franchise, and pasta. But the chicken came with vegetables. So I was like, let me at least do that and get my protein and a veggie. Salad, I didn't drink, and water.
All right.
No bread. It's in front of you, but, just what was there that I could have. I had like a piece of eggplant rollatini.
It's okay.
And a tomato mozzarella with basil, what is that, caprese? I'm not Italian. Can you all tell? So yeah,
Yeah, so you made it work.
That's it.
Perfect. Awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you. See? So listen, we're all gonna encounter the same thing, right? We had a luncheon to go to on Saturday, and again, it was whatever, right? So you make the best choices. They had salad. I had salad. They had they preloaded my dish before I even got there with like penne vodka. I was like, nope, not today. So like I actually put it on Ed's plate. I don't know if he knew that. So then again, like I tell you guys all the time, I focus on getting the protein in. So they had a little chicken dish that had like a little bit of mozzarella, like a tiny piece of prosciutto, I guess. Right. So I made sure I had my chicken, and then they had they brought out a plate with veggies and carbs. It was like potatoes, and so I had the veggies. I took extra veggies. I didn't have potatoes. They had bread. I didn't have the bread. Like, I'm allowed to have carbs, but I'm still conscious of eating the right carbs too. So it's like you really like want to pick and choose your battles, right? So Dawn, if you're going to know that like you're drinking, or same thing like Kelly said, if you maybe know where you're going, right? I usually do that too. I look at the menu already in my head, decide like I'm gonna have a fish dish, and then I'll choose to either have like the carb that comes with the meal and then not have bread, or I'll have a piece of bread and then I won't have the carb that comes with the meal. Or what you could do is just like, if you're gonna drink, don't have the bread or the carb that, you know what I mean? It's like, there's ways to work around it where you don't feel like you're not, included with everyone else that's there. And still like have a good time and still eat well, and, it's okay. It's okay. And like, so Kelly did text me. She's like, I'm going out tonight. Like, should I skip a meal? It's 100%. You can do that, right? You can like save your calories if you know you're going to have stuff that you normally wouldn't do, and like cut back on a meal that you would have during the day and save them for whenever you go out with your girls. So there's options. Okay. And then yes, we can do the InBody earlier, and you know, if it feels like that will keep you a little extra motivated, that's fine. We can do that.
I think so.
All right. Good
Okay.
stuff. All right. Awesome. Mel, go ahead. I see you.
Just wanted to say, because I had that issue last Sunday. It was the Belmar parade, right? And I brought my grilled chicken and everything with me. And listen, like, I was the DD, but I said I managed my carbs, and I said I knew I was gonna have one drink, but I like more fruity drinks normally, but I tried to be more conscious of what I was gonna have, and instead I just ordered a straight tequila with a whole glass of limes, and I was just there squeezing every lime in. The bartender's like, "You go, girl." And I had my one drink. I sipped on it the whole time. Said, you know what? Like, I just, instead of having my like fruity, my orange juice with vodka and pineapple juice, and like I get, or like an LIT, like I think like you could still have a drink or two, just knowing what you can do. Try to go the healthier route. I mean, listen, tequila straight up is a little bit hard. I'm not gonna front. It is, but I didn't feel crappy and feel like excluded, because it is hard, I think, when you're out and people are drinking the whole day and you kind of just want to chill. So if you can handle having something a little bit more straight up, I think they say tequila is one of the better, like instead of a fruity cocktail.
Yeah, and vodka.
Yeah. Yeah, so
And
just a little tip.
yeah, well, you brought up a good point too. It's like those drinks with the sweeteners in it. One, that's the stuff that gets you hungover way worse than normal. So like, we don't really drink much, but when we do, like I never used to drink vodka at all, but now I'll do Tito's and Club, right? Just to like kill or I'll just have Tito's straight up too. But you know, and sip that, and then get like a huge glass of water at the same time, and then you know, have a sip of your drink, and then have a sip of water, because you want to make sure that you stay hydrated. The only reason why I say like just watch with the alcohol intake is because your alcohol intake actually reduces your protein synthesis. So like, I'm sure we've all gone out and got super hammered, and then we're starving at the end of the night. That's because what you're drinking is like negating what you've eaten. So that's why you're hungry. And then obviously when you're drunk, you're going to not make the right choices. So, you know, there's still a way to like have the moderation and like keep it, you know, in line. And yes, definitely avoiding like the sweeteners and stuff like that is very good. So you did really good. So that was awesome.
Yeah.
Thanks for sharing, Mel. Thank you. All right.
Doesn't it convert it to sugar and spike your insulin?
Yeah, well, it does that.
That's what makes you hungry.
That too.
I'm asking for myself.
Oh, well, you don't drink sugary drinks. Anyway, does anyone else want to share anything? Have any issues? Anything coming up? Is everyone good for today? Good. All right, guys.
I have a question.
Okay, Ed has a question. Come on, what's your question?
I love when my wife gives me that sarcastic smile all the time. Doesn't everybody love
this
that
isn't
sarcastic
sarcastic.
smile? My question is for everybody out there, like, what are you guys eating? Because everybody, not everybody, a few people commented today, get caught up with, like, the boredom of the same thing over and over again. So I'm trying to come up with some new stuff for us to eat, too. So if anybody has any ideas or wants to, like, share anything, I'll put an email together. I know we owe you guys an email. I've been kind of busy this weekend. But I wanted to wait for this call anyway, so we can come up with some new stuff, some new recipes. And I know some of you are new, so I'm going to post some of the old recipes too. So sorry for everybody that's, you know, been sticking around. Yeah, that's really just my question. If anybody has any ideas, post in the room some ideas, or like what you want to see, or what you're in the mood for, or how you can make something
Don't
healthier.
ask people what they're in the mood for, because
Well,
like I'm going to tell
so,
you I'm
like-
in the mood for chocolate chip cookies. I mean, let's be real.
Well, I know we have somebody here that does, she does kind of healthy chocolate chip cookies. I don't know.
Megan.
So I know Kelly was saying with the fat, what's her fat for
It's
the day.
really well. Most of their fats are super
Okay.
low.
Because
Yeah.
mine is low too, and I don't ever hit it. And mine was reversed. Like I used to be high fat, low carb, the way she had me, but because I wasn't getting enough protein and I was storing fat, she reversed it, and now I don't even hit my fat. I mean, for me, for my weight, for a dude, I'm 63 grams of fat, which is still really low. But again, I don't hit it. I only hit like 40 grams, and I'm not super strict with watching my fats. But like Sherry said, we do the no fat yogurt and the leaner meat, and she was saying that we had vegetables yesterday. But the one thing I noticed about the vegetables, and everybody, when you're eating healthier and conscious of it, she's like, "Oh, these taste really, really good."
I was like, "Wow, these veggies taste great!" And I looked at Ed, and he's like,
butter.
And I'm like,
So
Yeah.
when you're out, be cognizant of that. Make
Yeah.
sure that what you're actually eating healthy is actually healthy. You can even say to them, like,
Yeah.
"Hey, I want the vegetables, but I want them steamed. I don't want them soaked in butter. I want, no salt, or I want this," because a lot of things are so, like, my dad couldn't understand why his blood pressure was through the roof for somebody that was pretty healthy, because he ate out every night at places like Chili's,
Right.
which is, everything's in salt.
Yeah.
So I want to try to get us some more interesting, fun recipes for you guys, for us too, because I'm getting sick and tired of turkey meatballs and turkey taco meat.
I like turkey taco meat personally, but that's just me. But I actually think like we can all get creative, because like I've had one mindset about cooking for a long time, because I had to teach myself how to cook. So for me, it's always like, what can I make in the oven, like on bake, because I don't want to stand over a stove. But then I forget, like, we have a crock pot and we have an air fryer. So, and I know a lot of you probably have one or the other or both, or an Instant Pot. So I think that's maybe something like we should all kind of like look into. I see you, Danielle. Go ahead.
Hi. So I have an idea. Like maybe we could pick like a secret ingredient for the week or something, and then we can all come up with recipes with that secret ingredient and then say how we made it. I think that would be fun. We used to do that at for a bake-off. Everybody would have a secret ingredient, and then we would have to like make a recipe based on that. So that'd be cool to kind of deal with some healthy foods too.
Oh my God, I love that.
Yeah.
Wait, how did you make your applesauce?
No. I did make the stuffed peppers though, but I did not make the applesauce.
I really wanted to know how that came out.
I know, my week got extremely busy. I still have the apples. I was actually going to try to make it either tonight or tomorrow.
Okay.
But yeah, I got way busier than I expected to this week.
Okay. But I like that idea. That's actually a great
awesome.
idea. We'll start that
cool.
this week. I like that. Thank you.
So for anybody that's like intimidated by cooking, or like doesn't know, like I know people come on and like, "Oh, I can't cook. I don't cook healthy. I don't know how to cook for myself." I know Rachel has some challenges and she wants me to come and cook for her. That's on the table for anybody for a price. And but like with turkey meatballs, all I did was add herbs. That's it. I took rice cakes. You can use the white cheddar rice cakes or the tomato basil rice cakes, and I grind them up so that they're a fine powder. And how many carbs are in the rice cakes? Because I always get it wrong. 18?
One is in the
12.
white cheddar ones. There's like 13 grams of carbs.
13 grams of carbs. So I take 4 of them. That's 26. That's 52 carbs for 2 pounds of meat. So what you're getting in each meatball is minimal as far as carbs go, right? So I use that as a binder instead of breadcrumbs. And then it's just all dry herbs.
Yeah.
And and I go a little heavy on the garlic, because Sherry doesn't like garlic, so then she can't eat the meatballs. So
That's why I love turkey taco meat.
But seriously, even the turkey taco meat, a little bit of tomato paste and tomato sauce. Other than that, it's all chopped peppers, chopped fresh cilantro, and a little bit of chicken broth, and the meat, and some herbs. Like, you can make anything taste as spicy or as flavorful as you want based on herbs, and there's no calories in them. And I think we said this when we were cooking on the live. A lot of spices that you put into things, they act as thermogenics, and that raises your metabolism because you get heated up. So if you like spicy food,
eat spicy food,
because that actually is going to heat you up and raise your metabolism. So I personally love spicy food.
Okay.
So
I know you do. All right. Well, thank you.
Thank you.
And then, so yeah, guys, if you have any suggestions, ideas, what you want to see, let us know. That's one. And two, I think we'll start the like secret ingredient thing this week. That way, maybe we all get our brains moving a little bit and see what we can all come up with, and then we can feature those recipes in the emails for everyone. So yeah, awesome, guys.
Cool.
Thank you guys for sharing. I'm gonna let you all go and enjoy the rest of your Sunday night. I'll see you guys during the week. Have a wonderful week, guys, and text me if you need me. All right, bye, guys.